Hello YouTube and welcome to another Linux tutorial. So in this video I will show you how to use some very useful commands for Redis. So are you ready? Let's get started. So as you may know, Redis is a very famous in-memory data structure store database. So it's very known. It's used mostly for caching and also for other things that we will talk about later. Okay, so here I'm not going to show you how to install it because the installation is as easy as doing the command apt install Redis server. Okay, so if you are using any Debian or Ubuntu version, you can just use this command in order to install this in-memory database. Okay, so here to launch the server, it's pretty easy. You just type Redis server. So as you can see here, the server is active and running, and here I'm going to show you now some very useful command to use when you are running Redis server. Okay, so the first command that I'm going to show you is actually how to trace all the commands you execute inside Redis server. So if you want to enter the Redis shell, you just enter Redis CLI and you are in. Okay, so the first command I'm going to show you is to monitor. So with this command actually will monitor every command you execute in another session. So if I execute monitor here, okay, so let's open another shell, for example this one, and let's connect to our Redis server. So here I'm also connecting in the local host. So now let's execute any command, for example keys. I want to display all the keys, so I use keys and asterisk. So here you can see that I have 4 keys. Let's get the key name, for example. Here we go. You can see its value is amino. Let's get also the key name address, and you see I get the value here of the address. So if I return back now to our Redis CLI, you can see that all the commands that I have executed has been actually displayed because I used this command monitor will trace every command I execute in the other shell. Okay, so it's a very interesting command that you can use in order to monitor your Redis commands. Okay, so let me stop this command. Okay, so now let's get the connected clients to our Redis server. So how can you see all the connected clients to your Redis server? So you can also use this Redis command here, Redis client CLI, but you add a parameter, for example info, and you pipe that to the grep command with the word connected in order to see all the connected clients. Here we go. So here you can see that I have actually 2 clients connected to our Redis server. So the first client is this one because I'm here connected, okay, to our Redis server, and the other one is the other shell that I have opened. Okay, so if I exit from this shell and I return back, normally now I will just get 1 connected client, as you can see here. Okay, you can also see the same result if you enter the Redis CLI, and here you can type the command client list. Actually I don't have to use this asterisk here. Here we go. So with the client list command you can get the IP address, its localhost, the port, and some other information about our connected client. Okay, and now let's say that we want to get some info about actually our server, how to get some server statistics. Okay, So you can also do that by using the same command that I have showed you before, which is Redis CLI info, but here I'm not going to use any pipe or to pipe that to any command. I will just type here Redis client info, and here you can see a lot of information about our server. Okay, so for example here you can see the role of our server. It's a master, because here you see role equal to master. Okay, you can also get information about, for example, memory. So you can see here how much used memory. It's about 8 gigabytes here. Okay, and of course you can get also the connected clients that I have showed you before using the pipe or the grep command. So here you can get actually also the same information. Okay, so with this Redis CLI info command, you can also get a bunch of information about your server. Okay, you can also get the same information if you enter the shell. So I will enter here Redis CLI, here we go, and inside it you can just type info. Here we go. You can get the same information, and if you want a specific section, for example, I want just to get information about memory, I have here to type the name of the section, for example, memory. Here we go. So now I have only info related to the memory. Okay, same thing if you want to get info about for example clients, I guess. No, anyway, we have actually, here we go. You can see when you type the command info clients, you get information about your connected client and your client recent max input buffer, and the blocked client also if you want. Okay, so remember to use this get server statistics command in order to get info about your server. Okay, another thing, when you are connected and you want to get the active configuration variables, how to get them? You can, inside the CLI, you can just type config get, and all is asterisk. Here we go. You get actually here pairs of keys and value. For example, here the key is the DB file name and the value is .rtb. Okay, so all you get here is a pairs of keys and values. Okay, so also it's a very interesting command that you can use in order to get info about your server. For example, here you can get info about the databases. So here you can see, for example, the maximum databases that you can have in your Redis is 16. Okay, and also you can see if a parameter is on or off. So here, for example, protected mode is activated because it's yes. Okay, also it's a very important command to keep in mind. And also, as I told you, Redis uses namespaces called databases. So by default, when you connect to Redis, you are in database index 0. If you want to change to other database or namespace, use the command select and you specify the index. For example, here 1. So here I will switch to database 1 and I can set a key. For example, set let's see, key H33, for example. Here we go. I can get this H. Okay, it's 33. But if I return to my default database with index is 0, and I show all the keys. I don't have the key H because it's on namespace 1 or database 1. Okay, so remember also that. So that was just a brief introduction how to use this useful Redis commands in order to monitor or actually to get statistics about your Redis server. As always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I want to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.